you for tuning in. It is Friday, July the 13th, 2018, and I'm not sure where you're tuning in, but it's 8 p.m. in Eastern North Carolina. Welcome to the press release, and of course, I am your hostess, Portia Bright, and I hope everyone is having a safe and super marvelous Friday. Of course, as always, I have a very interesting show scheduled for you today, but wherever you're tuning in right now, I want to encourage you to encourage your friends to link in with us either on Facebook on Facebook and Instagram at the press release for you. And I want to invite you to head over to my YouTube channel, Portia Bright TV, to just subscribe for, more unseen footage. Now, of course, if you click the little star on the left side of your browser screen, you can actually save this show in your favorites. Now, of course, if you do that, you can pretty much continue to keep up with the press release with Portia Bright, as well as more news and updates that you need to know about. Now, let's get into what I have for you this evening. Now, we've been hearing a lot in the news about healthcare, but I want to let you know something that's taking place in North Carolina. Now, State Treasurer Dale Falwell, who's actually the CPA for North Carolina, announced that he has recommended to the State Health Plan Board of Trustees that all premiums under the state health plan be frozen for 2019. Now, the state health plan pretty much is a division of the North Carolina Department of State Treasurer and actually provides healthcare coverage for more than 720,000 teachers, current and former lawmakers, state university and community college personnel, and their dependents, including non-Medicare and Medicare retirees. And I've been able to read a little bit about this, and here's what he had to say. He says, I've been able to make this recommendation because we've been using our largeness to hold down medical and pharmacy costs for teachers, law enforcement, and other hardworking state and local employees and retirees. Now, the freeze is both my recommendation and the staff's. The final decision will ultimately be with the board. So those are his comments from that actual recommendation. Here's a little bit more about that, just in case you want to make sure that you're, staying informed about things that are taking place with this specific issue. Now, the recommended freeze for the 2019 comes at a time when the Congressional Budget Office is predicting that the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare premiums will increase by as much as 15% next year. Now, in addition to that, medical and pharmaceutical costs are expected to increase on average around 7% during 2019. Now, during 2017, the state spent more than $3.2 billion to provide medical and pharmaceutical benefits to eligible state and local public employees. Now, Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, of course, administers the state health plan, but claims are paid directly by the state using taxpayer funds. So make sure, guys, that you're paying attention to everything that's taking place with this specific issue, because it's going to affect many of you. Now, next up on the press release, the North Carolina Lottery. Everybody's always wondering, where does the money actually go? Now, oftentimes I hear people having conversations about wondering if the money really goes to education, and actually if it doesn't, where is it spent? Well, of course, I have your update. Now, the North Carolina Educational Lottery began selling tickets on March the 30th, 2006. And 2 years later, sales has gone down so that $350 million was going to education. Now, where do we stand now in 2018? July 13th to be exact. $744 million will be increased for education this fiscal year. That is an unusually high number because it includes a sale estimate of $667 million plus $57 million transferred out of the lottery reserve account, which had grown to $112 million. Now, where will the $744 million go in 2018 and 2019? That is the big question. So here we go. $386 million goes to school personnel positions who are not teachers. $117 million goes to school capital projects for poorer schools. $100 million goes to school capital projects for all schools. $78 million goes to pre-K programs. $30 million goes to need-based scholarships. $21 million goes to local schools to help with transportation. $11 million goes to UNC system need-based scholarships. And that's pretty much where your money will actually be going with the educational lottery. So every dollar that you spend with your scratch-offs or plan those numbers are going to help students who are actually in need. So make sure you're staying in tune to what's taking place with the educational lottery, as I'm sure many of you will. So next up on the press release, it's time for bright opportunities. Yeah, you heard it, bright opportunities. Now, for those who are just joining us for the first time tonight, bright opportunities are opportunities that are just there. I've actually researched opportunities that could help you in various ways, and tonight we're talking about college. Everybody's always thinking about ways to further their education, and some people also are thinking about dropping out because they may be experiencing some hardships. I've been there, I've done that, but here's some great news. Governor Cooper has announced a grant program to help community college students who are waylaid by unexpected expenses that threaten to derail their education. And the Finish Line Grant Program will use up to $7 million in federal funds to help students pay for items like course materials, housing, medical needs, childcare, and unexpected financial emergencies. Now, Cooper said he plans for the scholarships to go out within 72 hours of the eligible application so that students who might otherwise have to drop out can stay in school. Now, the grant will begin this coming school year, so I know a lot of people are going to get happy about that, which is a plus. Any community college in the state can participate, but there's no requirement for participation. Students eligible for the program must have completed 75% of their degree or credential, and they can get a maximum of $1,000 per semester. Now, of course, the goal is to help, in particular, those students who are near to completion of their education at the community college. So if you're wondering whether you'll be able to stay in school because of a particular hardship you may be experiencing, you can. So don't drop out just yet. Now, my next bright opportunity is all for seniors. And we know they're the most important people in our community. Now, the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services Division of Aging and Adult Services is partnering with the North Carolina area agencies on aging and local service providers to distribute fans through Operation Fan Heat Relief until October the 31st. Now, of course, people 60 and older, as well as adults with disabilities, are eligible to sign up for assistance through the end of October at local aging agencies across the state. Now, since 1986, the relief program has purchased fans for older adults and adults with disabilities, providing them with a more comfortable living environment and reducing heat-related illnesses. Now, this program is pretty much made possible by donations from Duke Energy Carolinas, Duke Energy Progress, Dominion Resources, and pretty much many others. Now, last year, the division received over 85,000 in donations, allowing for the distribution of over 5,000 fans with 27 aggregations. And that is a complete big blowout right there. Now, more about Operation Fan Relief, including tips on preparing for extreme heat and a list of local agencies distributing fans, is available at www.ncdhhs.gov/Operation Fan and Heat Relief. So make sure if you know anybody out there who actually is going through a hardship and don't feel like they can, provide the necessary heating equipment to keep themselves cool during this hot weather during July and many of the upcoming summer months. This is the opportunity for them. So please make sure you share that. And I'll actually post a link on the press release for you. So that way you can actually share the link with the person and take that information wherever it needs to go. Now, of course, next up on the press release, Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey settles dwelling insurance rates disputes. Now, from my understanding and research, this has been going on for a while. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this. Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey announced that the North Carolina Department of Insurance has ended its legal dispute with the North Carolina Rate Bureau on its proposal for an 18.9% dwelling insurance rate increase. Now, Commissioner Causey has negotiated at almost 14% lower rate for an overall state average increase of 14.8%. Now, this settlement means consumers will save approximately $41 million a year compared to what they would have paid had the rate bureau request been approved. Now, this agreement also keeps insurance companies on firm financial footing, which is good for North Carolina's economy. Now, if you're wondering what a dwelling insurance policies are and if this should matter to you, yes, it does, and here's why. Now, the dwelling insurance policies are not homeowners insurance policies. Dwelling insurance policies are offered to non-owner occupied residents of no more than 4 units, including rental properties, investment properties, properties and other properties that are not occupied full-time by the property owner. Now, the new rates will actually take place February 1st, 2019. So make sure you're on course and make sure that you're getting informed about these things that are taking place in terms of insurance rates. Now, everybody's taking vacation and they're traveling and doing all types of awesome things with their families. But here's an update that I have next on the press release from Attorney General Josh Stein. Vacation rental scams. They're lurking, as always. Do scammers ever take a break? No, they don't. So as summer vacations begin, you may be looking to book vacation rentals for your summer trips. But be careful. As you make these reservations, scammers are ready with fake vacation rental ads to steal your money and leave you stranded on vacation. Now, scammers may place real homes on vacation rental sites without the consent of the homeowner and change your contract and payment information to their own. They may also make up non-existent properties and advertise with them with great prices or amenities. Now, before you book a rental home for your trip, do your research. Don't be rushed by timeline offers and be suspicious if prices are significantly cheap or below market value. Double check that the address is if the address exists and is available for rent. Now, if you're renting a vacation home in North Carolina for less than 90 days, you're protected under the Vacation Rental Act. Didn't know anything about that, did you? Right. What is going on with this? Maybe I don't know. Host of things that you need to know about per usual. So it's important that you make sure you share the information that you learn on the show tonight so that way you can share it with others. Now, I'm not sure how much information that you were able to gather because it went out. What is going on here? I think it's something going on with this.